Hey guys, so I know a lot of you have been having the problem with these eBay headlights with the high beams, and I think there's just one video out there telling you how to fix it, but I saw that video and it was a very terrible video. I mean, I got nothing against the guy, but he just tells you that he fixed it using some diodes, and he doesn't actually show you how he plugged everything. So it's not helpful at all. I mean, if you're gonna tell people how to fix something, you probably should just show them how you fix it. I mean, don't waste people's times. So yeah, anyway, not about that. I'm just gonna show you how I fixed them so you can have the high beams working. I'm gonna show you the wiring, what you need to buy to fix it, and after this I'll show you the end result on my car, how they work. So you can get these headlights at eBay. I bought them at eBay and they look great, they look amazing, and but the high beams don't work. You have the low beam, but as soon as you turn the high beams on, the power cuts off from the low beam, so it doesn't work at all. And before, I managed to fix it with adding another switch to the car to have the shutter turn on without losing power to the low beams, and it worked, but it still was kind of a pain because you had to turn the low beams and then press the switch in order for the shutter to turn on. So it was kind of a burden, but after this, everything just works OEM, so you can use the factory switch to make it work normal. So I'm gonna put a link in the description of what I bought. So let's turn this headlight. Let's go right ahead and show you how I fixed this. So I bought these diodes right here. You can get this also at eBay or Amazon, and these diodes are normally used for powering the wiring for towed vehicles, for the tail lights on the vehicles. I took the liberty of studying how this works because, like I said, I saw the other video and I didn't understand anything. I just saw that the guy bought these diodes, but he didn't tell you how he wired them. So I took the liberty in understanding how this works and how you could use it for the headlight in order to have your high beams working. So yeah, after you get this, you buy, all you need is one for each headlight. The package that I got, it had four, but you only need two for this to work. Okay, so let me show you right here. This is how you plugged everything. So what you're gonna need to do is just cut this wire. This is the wire for the low and high beams. This is what plugs into your OEM plug in the car. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna cut this wire. You're gonna cut the red wire right here in the middle, and you're also gonna cut the white wire in the middle right here. So you have these two wires loose right here. Okay, the black you can leave it on just like it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to pinch this. You can use this, the ones it brings, or you can just plug them here however you like, however it's easier to you. So you plug the red wire here in one of the ins, and the other part of the red wire you put it in the out. Okay, so it goes one red in and then one red out, just the red one. It goes into the plug right here how it normally would. And then for the white wire, you cut it in the middle right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to add another wire, a third wire right here. You're gonna cut this in half, and then you're gonna put this wire right here and solder these three wires into one. I don't know if that makes sense. So you cut this in half, and then you put them back together by adding just one extra wire right here. So this extra wire is the one that's gonna go into the other in. I don't know if that made sense to you. I'm gonna show you one more time. You can pause the video right here to see how everything's connected. Just backed off a little bit. You can see it. In the in, you have the red wire, the white wire with the extra wire that you have there, and then in the out, you have this wire right here. Okay. So that's all that you need to do. And the way this works and why it works is because the problem with these headlights is that when you turn on the shutter, it for some reason it cuts off the power from this red wire right here. So when you turn your high beams on, it cuts the power, so the shutter opens, but you do not get power in this wire right here. So the low beam turns off and then you get nothing outside, so you do not get any light. But by adding this diode, what this does is that when you turn on the high beam right here, it's still gonna give power in here and then out here, so you still have power in your low beams. And by splicing this together, you will still get power in the shutter, so the shutter will open while at the same time still have power in the low beam. Like I said, I don't know if that makes sense to you. I do have a little bit of experience doing all this stuff, so that's why I managed to somehow figure it out, but it can be a little bit confusing. But you do not need to worry about all this. All you need to do is just wire it like I'm telling you, and I promise you it's gonna work. Just make sure that you have a wire. Yeah, I use this one, the one that I found, the black one. You can use another white wire or whatever you want. If you have a bigger wire or anything, right there, just make sure they're tight and they do not come off. And yeah, this you can leave it just hanging there. It has like a 3M tape. You can put it somewhere in your car. I wouldn't recommend getting it stuck here in the headlight, because then you're gonna have issues while putting this in the car. So you can just leave it hanging there in the space between the headlight and the car chassis. I don't think it's gonna do anything there. So yeah, never mind this cable right here, as this is for another thing that I'm doing to these headlights, because I wanted the amber lights to work as the parking lights in this car, because you have the DRLs working as the parking lights, and I kind of wanted the ambers to look like when to turn on. I mean, to turn on when I turn the parking lights, and this will turn off on with another switch that I will install, that I have installed in my car. Pardon my English, guys. I know my English isn't that great. I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm doing my best to explain this right here, and hopefully this helps you fix the problem with your high beams. So yeah, one more time so you can pause and see it, and then I'm gonna show you the finished result, testing it in my car. So this is the plug that goes in the car. Cut the red wire. This red wire goes all the way over here, so you just cut this in half, put one in, one side out, and then for the white wire, cut it in half right here. Get this all together, match it up together with the white wire again, with an extra wire right here in between these two, and this black wire will go in the other end. So no matter which one you turn on, it's still gonna give power to the low beams, and will also power the high beams when you need them, and without causing any problems to the wiring. Because if you put these two together without this, it's gonna probably damage the bulb or damage your wiring in the car. So don't try putting these two together just like that, because trust me, it's gonna damage something. So this is when the diodes come in and fix that problem. So yeah, let's go to the car. Let me know in the comments if you want to know how I did this for the amber lights to work as the parking lights. Let's go back to the vehicle and show you the finished result. Okay, so let's try this out. There's the headlight right there. I have it plugged outside. Here's the let's turn the parking lights. You have the amber on, and now let's turn on the low beam. As you can see, it works right. And let's try the high beams with the factory switch. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it there, but yeah, it's working. Let's probably can't see it there because it's just a shutter that opens and closes. So let's just turn off these. Let's go back to the parking light and use the OEM switch, and you can see it turns on right. So yeah, it works great. And what I did is the old switch that I had for the high beams that I installed, I used it to have the DRLs working. So even if I have the parking lights off, I can turn them on and off. And I really like it because I can have them work either with the DRLs on or the parking lights. So if I want the parking lights off and I want the amber I'm sorry, my English isn't that great, but the amber lights on to give it that retro look, I can have the amber on without the DRLs. So it's a pretty cool effect. It's a good use for that switch because I wasn't gonna use it for anything else. So yeah, you have the high beams working with the OEM switch. It's great because you know, you wanted to use them. I had to just quickly press this button, and the only thing it did is that it turned on the shutter. So I had to have my lights on in order for this to work, because if I press the switch without the lights on, then it wouldn't do nothing because it cut the power off the low beams. But yeah, overall it works great. So that's how you fix it, using the diodes, and it's a really cool effect. Let's turn this on. Right now I have the S550 styles headlights on there because I actually like these better in terms of light output, and everything just works with the OEM switch. So we didn't have to do all the stuff to make them work for the high beams. But the S197 has always been my favorite headlights, and with this added effect that I can have the parking lights with the amber on, I think it looks great. And if I just want them with the DRLs, I can have it that way without having to have the parking lights on, just like this one's. So yeah, now that I have the high beams working, I think that I'll probably install this in a few weeks back on, because I don't know about you, you can let me know in the comments, but in my opinion the S197s fit better this car, the S197 headlights. I mean, don't get me wrong, these do look very good, but I kind of want my car to look the most OEM possible. And with the S550, I don't know, looks like it's kind of imitating the other style. But yeah, it's a pretty cool effect, and it's very easy to do. Let's turn this off. Let's go back to this one. As you can see, you can have them working just like that. The car, I think it will look great at night with the amber on. It will give it that retro look. As you can see here, the wiring, everything's all set up. So yeah, that's how you get the high beams working on these. If you want to know how I did the amber thing, just let me know in the comments. How I plugged this to have the ambers working with the parking lights, because that's another thing in this car. The DRLs are the ones that work as the parking lights, so you have to have your parking lights on in order to have the DRLs working. Some of you guys didn't like that, because then you have to have these lights on the daytime, and it kind of didn't look good. Didn't look OEM like the 2013, 2014 Mustangs. So now I can just control everything and have it looking the way I want it to look when I want it to look that way. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video right here. Let me know the questions you may have, and hopefully when I get these installed, I'll do another video so you can see the finished result. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. See ya.